One of the most important questions on the I-601A application form is on page 3, item number 34. This question asks if you have ever been cited, detained, or arrested by a law enforcement officer. Now, this is such a commonly misunderstood question, and so many people get it wrong, and the consequences can be severe to your application. Why? Because when they ask if you have been arrested, detained, they're not just referring to police. So most people read this, and in common language, we would interpret this as, have I ever been arrested, like you would commonly be by a police officer or a sheriff. But if you read it carefully, it also says including immigration. So a lot of people say no to this question, not thinking that the time that they were detained when they were attempting to cross into the country is included in that, okay? But it is included, all right? So if you've never been arrested for a crime inside the United States, but you were stopped once, twice, 3 times while attempting to cross without inspection into the U.S., you have to say yes to that question. And at the end of the form, where it gives you an opportunity to explain, then you can simply say, I was detained once, twice, or 3 times while attempting to enter without inspection prior to my successful entry, something to that effect, okay? But you cannot say no to that question. If you say no to that question, prior to the present administration, what would happen is you would get an RFE, a request for evidence, saying, you said no, but our records show that you were detained. Please explain why you misrepresented this. And then you would have the opportunity to explain, oh, I'm sorry, that was just a misunderstanding. I didn't know. Can I correct it? And then submit a new form where you check the right box. And they always kind of accepted that. But under this administration, it hasn't quite been tested. It hasn't been tested yet, and I don't plan on testing it with any of my clients. But it would not be inconceivable that if you gave the wrong answer, they would simply deny it and say you made a misrepresentation. Okay, so now more than ever, you have to get that question right. So just to recap, question number 34, ask if you've been arrested or detained. That does not just refer to law enforcement or police, okay, or sheriffs relating to crimes. That also includes crossing into the United States without inspection. Okay, that's a detention, and that is included. So you do have to mention it, and you can put an explanation at the end. All right, so if you have any questions about this, if you already have a pending I-601A where you failed to check the box correctly, or you're thinking about it and you're not sure whether you're supposed to say yes or no, click the link in my bio. We can schedule a consultation. Thanks.